Hey guys, back down here at Bora Bora with the Smartie Partie crew and the man behind the brand himself, Trace Harris. How you going?
I'm good, Mike. Here we are again on the beach, having fun. The sun's come out, so it's all good.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit of a cloudy morning start, eh?
Well, the forecast back in England was you are going to get hammered thunderstorms. And I looked at my iPhone app, and right in the middle was the black dot, thunder. But the sun's come out, so I'm happy with that.
I think we're in luck there, mate.
Well, this can be destroyed if it's bad weather all morning, then people don't come to the beach. But now it's perfectly. Even if it rains now, it'll be good because they'll all go bosh. They'll all go in there and it'll go on long night, which is nice for the DJs. Which is why we do it. Of course. why we do it, mate.
Jade, tell us a bit about the history of how you got involved in doing parties at Bora Bora.
Well, all my parties are off the back of me being a percussionist for Ministry, and I say that proudly. And very recently, this Sunday, I just did their 20th anniversary. Wow. So I'm still recognised as part of their iconic rise to fame, if you like, as a percussionist. Yep. There are millions of DJs probably played there. And that's how I got into promoting, because I just love people and I like bringing people to what I do. And I used to bring people to my percussion events, and even my girlfriend who started this with me, how comes you know so many people? Well, then we started Smartie Partie 17 years ago. Why not do my own event? And off the back of touring with Ministry, as I said, as percussionist to about 30 countries, I was invited back as a percussionist because a lot of the places back then, 18 years ago, like Dubai, etc., weren't really into the house music scene as such. But they quite like the drums. Yeah. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but they like the drums. So I would go back, but I would go back as my own Smartie Partie. So I sort of mirrored the Ministry tours, if you like, and that was really good. And then I hadn't been to Ibiza until about 1995. Of course, I knew about it. And I wasn't one of these artists, as in percussion, that say, I'm not going unless I play. And funny enough, I did a gig in Italy, and these guys said, do you want to come and do a gig in Ibiza? And at first I wasn't so sure. I don't know why, I wasn't sure. Then they rang back and said, it's Privilege. And I was like, ugh. Wow. So I did Privilege the very first time I came here. I loved it, but I didn't really enjoy it. It's too much sort of stress. And then I did Privilege again. Great for your kudos and your CV. And the DJs, of course, love me to bits. And then we did Space Terrace for Alex P's birthday, and that was quite stressful. And then I thought, I'm not doing no more gigs out there. I want to go out there and have a party and just have fun and not have to perform, if you like, and have the pressure of what DJ am I going to bring. And we came here 7 years ago, something like that, and just for fun, Mike. And it was just lovely. And I was with 100 friends, 20 of those was DJs. And I asked Alex, who's a good friend of mine, who plays for me in London, love the guy to bits. I don't like asking people. But I was a bit happy, and I said, Alex, let me do something here. He went, whenever you want, Trace. And I was like, really, Alex? He said, yeah, of course you can. And that was amazing. So I'm with all my friends. We're here in June for the opening. He said, come and do it in September. So I went round to each of about 4 of the guys who I consider good friends and good DJs. And they was all buzzing, as you do. And I said, I bet you'd love to play here, wouldn't you? And I went, yeah, but it's all right, we're having fun. I said, well, you are. You're coming back in September. Bring your records. And that, Mike, for me, that was the most... I don't get nothing out of it other than making them happy, and me, I suppose. And we came back in September and they all played. And since then, we've done it every year. But now Alex has asked me, he asked me to do it monthly, actually, but I've got a lot of commitments in London.
Yeah, you do a lot of parties.
So I said I'd do two parties this year. I did July, as you know, and this one now. And it's good fun. I personally probably got 100 to 200 friends here. It's about 100 now, but most of them are coming about 6 o'clock when it really starts, if you like. The event we did in July was good. We had good music playing and people busy here till nearly midnight. And you got so much other beach parties going on.
So much, eh?
I worried at first when I heard about all the amazing places opening, because Bora Bora, let's be honest, it's been here forever. Yeah. But they've upped their game a lot. Good sound system. It's a vocal point where the DJ is now. Before they used to be tucked away with the burgers. and it's just lovely now. And they've upped their game, and it's still the king. There'll be hundreds of cool things starting up every 10 minutes. There is all down this beach. But Bora Bora is still, love or hate it, you can't ignore it. And I love doing this for fun.
Definitely. Everyone always comes back to Bora Bora. That's the thing, mate.
You will find there's certain people avoid it intentionally because Bora Bora, that's like Ministry in London. We go to Fabric, or that's like whatever in Brighton. You know, I do the Honey Club in Brighton, and it's not the coolest thing, but we adapt to what they want there, and we love it. There's 1,000 people every month, and we play a bit commercial there. You have to. I don't want to be known, Mike, as a certain niche music style. You might get criticised by that, and I might, but I've been here 16 years. There's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And because we adapt a little bit. We're never the coolest thing. We probably was for about 4 years when I had turnmills. But after that, we've had to adapt and swerve and move around to different things, which is why I like doing stuff like this. And when we're still here, and you know, and I might end up going on this till I'm about 100, which is not far off.
Nothing wrong. And Chase, where'd the name come from, Smartie Partie?
The truth or the lie?
The truth.
The truth. Back then, the word back then, 17 years ago, the word for pills, if you like, or whatever, was anyone got a Smartie, anyone got a Smartie. And it just became such a name. And when I did my first event, it never had a name. It was at Ministry, actually. It was called Tracy's Conga Party. You know, emphasis on me being a drummer. And my girlfriend Claire, who I'm with now, who's too shy to talk on here, said, well, you should call it Smartie or something, and we did. And the first time we did a party, which is 1995, it was an after party for Ministry actually. We even got in a skip in a supermarket because we saw these Smartie billboards. We didn't steal, well, we did steal them, but they was rubbish. Yeah. And we cut out, a bit silly, isn't it? We cut out all the Smartie Party stuff and hanged it on the wall. And that's sweet. Like, got my little ruler out. Yeah. And that's the name. That is where the name comes. But I've been pulled on it before, even by police actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been pulled by them. Why is your event called Smartie Party? And I try and bend to say, well, smart dress. And they go, yeah, in the E bit. And I go, no, Smartie Party. Just rest. I go, okay then.
Yeah,
but it's quite.
Cover up. I like it.
It's a bit. How can you describe it? It's quite well known. It's quite cheesy maybe, but so what?
It's cool. It works, and it's got a ring to it. And I mean, look, it's world famous. Everyone knows about it, man.
Well, if you put Smartie in Google, you'll get us before Nestles the Sweets. That's not bad.
Nothing wrong with that. Chase, so you've obviously got your parties going on in London. I've seen quite a few of those going on at the moment. You've got your Honey Club, you've got the Bora Bora stuff that you do. What else can we see coming from you guys in the next few months or years?
Well, we're still on our journey of searching when, and I have to keep bringing this up, when all the great clubs in London closed, or 3 of them, the End, amazing, of course, the Cross, amazing, and Turnmills, where we was there for 5 years, and the best 5 years ever. When Turnmills closed, we were so powerful in there. We could have gone to any club anywhere, pretty much. Maybe not Fabric, but anywhere. Yeah. But I didn't want to be controlled by a big super brand, like going back to Ministry, if you like. So we moved around to Scala, done well there, but it's a hard venue because we was the only promoter really bringing big numbers. And then the End opened again. I didn't really want it to, but it did, and we took it on, but it didn't work. It had its life. Yep. And then we moved around to the Vauxhall clubs, and we, as you know, we do the Honey Club regularly, and that's brilliant. We're doing that 3 years now. I'm still searching for a club in London where I can think, right, all my years of experience in promoting, good or bad, contacts, whatever, I want to throw into a club. And we have just taken on a club called The Garage in Islington. Oh, cool. It's not really on the known circuit as goes. No. Everything's going on in Shoreditch with the warehouses, and that's brilliant. Good luck to them. I like that. I don't want to jump in on that. Whether I could or not, I don't know. So we've taken this venue on for November the 5th. Is our 16th birthday, and it's a really nice venue. It holds about 1,000, 3 rooms. We've already booked New Year's Eve there. If that works, we'll have January go on a beach somewhere, another beach, and come back February and have a residency there. We'll throw everything at it, and it might just give us what we're searching for.
Yeah, fantastic.
And by searching for, I mean, we've got to do our work, but I like a venue. Turnmills was so amazing at helping the promoter. But you was as good as your last party. You have one bad party in a venue like that, you're going to get kicked up the nuts and everything, and you're scared. Yeah, that's why not many people could get into Turnmills. Yeah. And that's what I'm looking for now, really. And this venue in Islington, it might just be the right venue. It's quite cool. Good stuff.
Well, holding thumbs for you, Trace. I really hope something pulls through so you can get back to doing your residencies and.
Good solid London. You need a London residency. We always do London once a month, but sometimes, to be honest with you, it's hit or miss. A couple of the venues we've done, we might only get 500 people, and I'll go, what, with Smartie Partie's finished. And then I'll see a bigger brand, I think, than maybe we are the week after, and they get 50 people. So it's not us, it's partly the venue. It's a combination of everything.
London's a tough market to work in and promote as well, you know?
It's a massive tough market because, as you know, going back again 15 years and 10 years, promotions like mine, there was maybe 10 of us at the top, 5 brilliant ones and a couple of amazing ones. And there's hundreds of little pickers and cherry pickers doing little things, and promotions become sub-promotions, and DJs become promoters, and it all fragments. There's some great things going on in London, like Fuse. Enzo runs that. DJ used to play for us, Seb play. That's a cool thing, is pushing the boundaries, and it's very trendy. Yeah. But I've seen the likes of Fuse for 17 years, these other trendy promotions. They need to last past 3 years, in my knowledge. If they can get past 3 years, I think they will, they're doing really well now, they may branch onto being something very special, but a lot of them foul. But it's a one-man band as such, really, with Enzo, so I think he's got a good thing going, and I like it. I'm going there Tuesday just to watch it and see it, because although of my age, I still had knowledge when it started, and knowledge and enjoyment, more important, of where it is now. So I do have a bit of an opinion that's worthwhile and valid.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, look, you've been in the scene for a long time. You've travelled the world doing what you do, you know, from percussion as an artist and also as a promoter, and you know, you've got success. So, you know, you're in a place to speak. As such.
Yes. And enjoyable. I like this as much as I've ever liked it. I would stop if I didn't get a buzz out of it. There are some parties I've done because I have to do them. I'm trying to get to the stage where I'm doing how many parties I want to do. Not for no finance. This is not financial. This is fun. This is great. There's no financial reward in it, but what a buzz. It's just lovely. It's the real reason for doing parties at the beginning. Music. It doesn't matter about the money side of it.
Look, I mean, every promoter would love to do a party at Bora Bora, and you quite luckily get to do one every year, so good on you.
Yeah, once again, thanking my friend Alex. You know, I try to look after him as much as I can in gigs in London. Another reason to get a good residency in London for Alex, really. I mean, he's come back and forward to some of my things. A good, solid residency where he can get his feet stuck in when Ibiza ends. So he flies over to me October and plays for me every other month or something like that.
Fantastic.
I mean, because Alex, I keep saying this, look at Alex's training ground. It's 6-7 hours a day. Imagine the music he has and the mind he has.
Mate.
So his knowledge is amazing. You know?
Exactly.
It's intense.
Play to the crowds throughout the whole season as well, which has shifted and changed throughout the whole summer as well. Trace, we're on Lucky Live TV. I want to know, what's the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you?
This is good and bad, and it may sound a little bit morbid at first, but hear me finish this conversation, and it's a bit strange, but hear me out. My mum died when I was 21, a lovely, beautiful woman. She never once complained of her illness, which lasted 1.5 years. Her demise, she died of cancer. Now, that sounds morbid, but it's not. As she was a final day, she pulled me into the room where she was staying in our house and said, Trace, go out there, have fun, open doors, take opportunities, have some regrets, but take and grasp everything you have, do it with a smile. That final knowledge my mum gave me lasts and will last my whole life, because I just love life, and I'm very lucky to do all the stuff I do. We get ups, we get downs, so what? It's amazing, and I love that life, and that's partly thanks to my mum and spirit of just keep, not religious, just keep it moving forward and smile, Mike. Smile, be nice. It's nice to be nice, Mike.
Well, it's a Smartie Partie lucky laugh, eh?
Yes, lucky life. All
Good
cool.
Stuff. Guys, well, that's myself, Mike Parry here, catching with Trace Harris, the man behind the Smartie Partie brand. Thanks very much, guys. Catch us at Bora Bora.